The third thing I would say is I would encourage you not to say anything that has the word addict in it. No response or sentence with the word addict in it, but instead I would say, how often have you been looking at it? Again, lean into, we need to gather more information about the situation as calmly as we possibly can. Here is the tough thing. If you're going to deal with this effectively in your family, you're going to have to get really comfortable asking some uncomfortable questions. One of my favorite quotes is learning to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. And anytime we're talking about sex and sexuality or anything related to that with someone who's engaging in a behavior that they feel is shameful around sex or sexuality, it's going to be an emotionally awkward space. Anytime we as parents try to engage conversation with our children about sex or sexuality, it's going to be an awkward conversation. Accept that it's going to feel awkward, but realize that you're going to have to be comfortable in that uncomfortable space if we're really going to get the help that we need. The other thing I would say about this is the word addict is extremely overused in today's society. It's kind of gotten to the common vernacular that we use, and there's so many things that people engage in that we say is an addiction when it's really not, and we don't want to recklessly throw this word around and this label around to something that may not be an addiction, but really may be a problematic behavior or maybe at the very front end of something that could develop into an addiction. The way that I explain this to try to help people understand is if we're working with substance addictions, we have a model that we call the use, abuse, and dependency model. So if you take, for example, someone that goes to dinner and has a glass of wine with their dinner, they can take it or leave it. They may or may not do that. They're using alcohol. That's all it is. It's used to enhance the meal. It's not a problem. If you take someone that goes all week and they don't drink, they realize I can't drink, I have to get up, go to work, alcohol can't be involved in my week. But then on the weekends, they're binge drinking, they're really consuming just an exorbitant amount of alcohol. They're abusing alcohol, which is a problematic behavior, health problems in terms of what it looks like in aiming toward addiction. Then we have actual dependence. Do you need alcohol to function? Can you cope with your emotions without alcohol? Can you deal with the day without alcohol? That's a dependency. That's where we start using the word addiction. This applies that model applies just as well to pornography. There's a radical difference in someone that's been exposed to pornography and has looked at pornography maybe once or twice at some point over a certain number of months. There's a difference in someone that looks at pornography twice a year as opposed to someone that looks at pornography twice a week. We need to figure out, is this at the beginning of the problem? Is it a problematic behavior that really needs some attention given to it? Or are we at a space where we really need to reach out to a professional and get some help involved because we have an actual dependency issue and all kinds of things going on that would be addictive?